Hey YouTube, this is Kyle filling in for TeamSamuraiX1 here, coming up with a top 4 OTS deck profile here at Skyfox Games. I am here with Matthew, and what did you play today?
I played Mermail, Atlantean, Nimble Frog, aka just like water.
And why did you play the deck?
Well, first of all, it's like my favorite deck. No one knows what like any of this stuff does, so it's really easy to like. It's really easy for like your opponents to like not know what to stop. It also makes really powerful points going first. It's very underrated right now, and like Moon is like a super good card in this format because Pendulum needs their whole hand to play. You put them down to 4 cards, you make a few negates, they just.
Okay, well you have to check this one.
Okay, cool. So anyway, let's get on to the deck profile.
So one Moon, it's really good right now. If you have 5 waters in your grave, you summon it for free. It's searchable. You take 2 cards out of your opponent's hand. When it leaves the field, you skip your next battle phase. The battle phase in your next turn. It's really good though. It's probably why I won like all my games today. You make it super easily. It's like Moon Turbo basically. 2 Megalo. The reasoning behind not 3 Megalo, I know a lot of people play 3, is if you see 2 in hand, you're not going to be able to resolve both like 90% of the time. It's a big brick. You need 2 so that you can search the other one and make rank 7 plays. But if you open 2, you plopped. So 3 TS. So this is the best extender in the deck. It's also a really good enabler because it's a free discard. It searches any one of your 4 small mermails that I play. So it summons itself and then it makes back the card that you use to summon it. If you pitch like a Dragoons or a Nimble, you just go like plus like a lot and you're gonna make a lot of stuff. Like it's a really good card. If I see this in my hand with like any form of a combo, I'd probably win the game because it also lets you play through a ton of hand traps. Like if you draw this with a Neptibus, you're gonna play through like almost any hand trap in the game. Neat. At this point. Neat. So then I played 4 small mermails. It's a pretty small lineup because like I need to make room for like other stuff. So 1 Mander, this is the best. This is one of the best ones. Just because it can increase levels. So it can increase your level 3s by 1, so you can make Bahamut Shark or Tornado Dragon. And it can increase your level 7s, which is the main play I do, by 2, so you can make VFD. And like VFD is so good in this format, especially when you do a Mulan or something like that, so you know what they're playing. You call it right, like Magician can't play through it at all. Right. Trickstar loses to it, like a ton of decks just lose to a VFD. Yeah. Anytime you draw TS, you're probably making VFD that turn.
So if you want, later on, do you want to do a combo part of it? Okay, cool.
I'll do a combo. Okay. So, 1 Abyss Church, so you need this to summon off Sphere, so you can pitch on your opponent's turn. I don't run Pike because Pike requires you to have level 3 in deck to do that, and I don't run too many. Especially when you go through the Ocean play, you won't have any left. You don't actually want to draw these, you just want to search them. Like, I run a different build, and then the level 3 is this 1 Oshia. This is kind of a tech card, because if you know Ferret and World Chalice, it turns your TS into a Ferret. Because you summon it, you summon these 2, you have a Mander in grave, so you can increase stuff, and you make another Yugioh.
Okay, cool.
So, it also sets up a combo when you don't open Neptibus for when you draw into Neptibus and a TS. You can end on like 3 disruptions, which is really good. And this is for the Sphere play. This is just for recovery and comboing off the Swap Frog. Okay. And you need a level 3 target for Oshia. Okay, cool. So now for the Atlantean package, so that's my whole Mermail package. 1 Diva, 3 Neptibus. This is like the best card in your deck. Anytime you see this, you're most likely winning game. The rest of your hand just lets you play through hand traps, so you're always gonna be winning or VFD. Like, I got this Veiled like at least 2 times today, and I still made Mulan. I made Mulan through hand traps like almost every time they hand trapped me. So like neat. And this is just an extra copy. It also just gives you like an extra monster to link with, but it loses to Ash. This doesn't lose to Ash because it sends its cost and then your Dragoon searches. This is just a straight +2. And if you have a water in hand, it's a +3 because you're gonna take 2 cards out of your opponent's hand, and with a Mistar or Mulan and a set of this Sphere. It's like this alone can already win you games. But you run a bunch of extenders too. So 2 Dragoons, this is the 2nd best card in the deck. When you resolve this, you most likely win the game. This gets you 2 Dragoons, that's why it's good. It gets you to both of them. It's at 2. So like it's like like I wish this was at 3. If this was at 3, this deck would be played way more. And then 2 infantry. So this is the same Atlantean lineup that Hoban ran. I tried 1 and 1 for a lot. I switched to 2 like about 6 months ago. It's really good because Marksman sucks in this format. It just sucks in general. This gives you an extra normal summon. This you can pitch on your opponent's turn to pop their stuff to basically make a Raigeki break. The extra normal summon is very relevant because when you make Yugioh, you can search this and a Diva. Special, extra normal to Diva. So that's the Atlantean package. You don't want to draw, again, too many of them. Yeah. Because these ones are cloggy. Dragoons is really good, though. But the other ones are really cloggy. Okay. So now Frog package. So just 3 swap and 1 Ronin. People think the deck's reliant on it. It is completely non-reliant on it. They just help with playing through hand traps. Like, if you get drooled, this doesn't search, so you can just go off with this and make a toad at least.
And especially because we're in a format where you're limited to using your extra deck in an extra monster zone, right?
Yeah. But I usually make links, which we'll get to in the next point.
Okay.
Like, I can make, like, double toad and stuff. I didn't ever open, like, super nutty today, but it was pretty good. Like, this card was really good for just, like, playing through stuff. Like, it's also good for baiting stuff, and going second is really good, too, because you can make a toad without your normal summon and force through your plays. Like, this is one of the best cards going second game 1. Like in the feature match, I discarded Angler, he ashed the Angler, and then a normal Diva. So this is also really good because it triggers your Nimbles. Like you need stuff to trigger your Nimbles because the Nimbles are super good. So Nimbles is 3 Angler. This card is like super insane. When you see this, I've said this for a lot of cards, you'll probably win the game as long as you have a way to discard it. Even if you don't see it with a Prince. Because if you have a way to discard it, you're going to make Yugioh and you're going to draw into more plays.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've never seen Nimble in a Mermail deck before, so this is really cool to see.
It was being speculated a lot like online, and I saw like what the Angler could do, and a lot of people were just using it to make like double Mistar and just like attack for game and stuff, or make like rank 2s. And the only rank 2 I run is Toad, and you can't even make it with the Nimble stuff. I just play one of each. So you need 2 names to make Yugioh. Like a lot of people are playing like 4 names or 5 names, and it's so bricky. Like, this is the only reason why it's good. You don't want to draw these. These are like garnets.
Yeah.
You don't run more because like you don't run 2 garnet. Like if you see a garnet in your hand, it's fine as long as you don't see it with a brilliant fusion. It's the same with this. You can pitch it for like fodder and stuff.
Yeah. Also, I gotta say that Bieber though. Yeah. The Bieber though.
Yeah. It's
not Justin Bieber. I swear.
It's really good. Like, if you draw this with like a Yugioh play, you can still do it. And when you go through the Nimble engine, you can add you can add back off Toad for a follow-up play. This is just a brick, but it has the highest base attack out of all the water Nimbles. So you just have to play 2. Sometimes just summoning for 1 is fine too. If you see them, it's fine as long as you don't see this.
Yeah.
The only like brick hand you can get from these is this. Like,
yeah, that'd be really bad.
Yeah. Just seeing 1 is fine because you can still make links and stuff. Like, it's just not as good when you like brick and you need to make Yugioh. So I played 4 hand traps. The lineup's a little weird. So this was originally 3. So it's 2 Ash, 1 Droll, and 1 Ogre. So originally this was 2-2-2, but I wanted to make room for instant fusion.
Right.
So instead of just running 2 Ogre, I found in my brick hands I would either brick on multiple Droll, multiple Ogre, or multiple Ash. This is the most versatile, so like seeing it is good because you can do it against every deck. But the games that I lost, I played against matchups where these weren't useful, and they were clogging my hand. Okay. So I just played 1 and 1, so that if I drew both, it was fine. Like, instead of drawing 2 Ogre, where you just lose. Because sometimes you can still play out of bricks by just slowing your opponent down and then top decking like a Neptibus, which just gives you so much advantage. Okay. So down to so that's my monster lineup. It's 31 monsters. My spells are 2 Moai. These could probably be Desires. I just personally like this better. Like, eventually, in a format that has less hand traps, I'll cut some of the hand traps for Desires. Yeah. Because it's really good as an extender, and it sometimes enables, but it sometimes also screws you over. This is good for consistency. A lot of people say it's dead, but if you have Yugioh that turn, you just put it back, so it doesn't really matter. 2 instant fusion. This was like a tech card that me and some of my friends were discussing. So you summon out this, and this prevents them from using hand traps. Okay, cool. For the turn. So it's like even more hand trap playthrough. It's also just a name for Yugioh that you can summon out. Because like when you brick, it's just Yugioh Turbo, basically. Neat. So those are the 2 of spells, and then just a bunch of 1-ofs. So this upstart for 39 cards. This deck it has bricking problems, so you have to run 39 and like Morais as well. You have to
keep that consistency going, right?
Yeah. You have to always be consistent. Yeah. With this deck. And then 1 for 1, this is your 5th copy of Neptibus, so you have like an over 50% chance of seeing a Neptibus. And if you see it, like you get so far ahead. This is your 4th copy of Angler. You send the Angler to grave, and then you summon 2. Neat. So it's really good. And then this is like an auto win. I only drew it once today, and it was in. Yeah, I saw it. 4. I saw it in your top 4 matchup. It was actually pretty crazy to see. So that's like the worst board. That's one of the worst boards I've made off Soul Charge. If you draw this with a Neptibus, you literally auto win. You play through like you play through a ton of hand traps, and you make a board with like Mulan and like at least 3 disruptions. Okay. And then the 1 sphere, so I don't run the equip because the equip is really bad right now because the pendulum scale makes it fall off. Right. You also don't usually end on a Mermail name, so there's nothing to equip it to, so it's just dead. This you can set, it gives you a follow-up play, or you can summon Turge and pitch an infantry. Okay. You add the infantry back off Toad, or you just search it. Okay, cool. So extra? Yeah, let's go to the extra deck. Okay, so 2 Toad, so you can play 3. 3 comes up a lot, but my extra deck is super tight. So you can make 2 turn 1. So you make 1 with the Frog Engine, and then you make the other one with the Shark. This is also really good because you summoned out, and then it's a link material, so you can keep link climbing. Yeah. 1 Tornado Dragon, just because you can destroy stuff like Pendulum Scales, Time Pendulum Graph, field spells especially. Like versus ABC, you can hit their hanger and then end their turn. These are just really good because they stop board wipes and they add back infantries for Sphere. They're not needed, but they're really good. 1 Gaios. So he's your only rank 7 that you run. I was running Big Eye and Red Eye's Flare before, but I had to cut them because my extra was way too tight. So the Gaios is just basically for when you can't make VFD. You sit on this, it's like a walking effect veiler, basically.
Neat.
For their whole field, that's less than 28, which there's not many cards in the meta that are more than 28. And then this is an auto win against so many matchups.
Okay, so I'm just wondering about this card. So this is the one that we're gonna get to into a combo for later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why, like, you just wanted to shut down a lot of decks, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that shuts down like almost everything. It shuts down, if you call it right, Pendulum Magician, Dinos to an extent. Like, it's already a skill drain, but it's also a Majesty Scene. Like, Lightsworn can't play through it. Like, so many decks can't play through it. The only ones that can are like Dracos and Infernoids, but a lot of decks in the meta just don't play through this card. Yeah, you make this with a Moulin and more disruptions if you go nuts too. But just making this with a Moulin is enough because the Moulin gives you info and they're down to 4 cards. And then you call it right, and they can't usually come back.
Okay. So it's basically a skill drain on legs and on steroids, basically. Okay, that works too.
So yeah, 1 Link Karibo. It's one-sided Majesty Scene. Right?
Okay, so yeah.
So 1 Link Karibo. So you need... This is to modulate your grave count. Since you have a Neptibus on board, to like play through hand traps, you need to modulate your grave count, right? Like, they may like do something that makes you like have an awkward amount in grave, so... Because you always want to have an odd number so you can reach 5, so this puts it back to odd if it's even.
Okay.
1 misstar. A lot of people run like 2 or 3. You only need 1. You usually just use it to start link climbing in this deck. Like, 2 comes up in the grind, but like if you're going into the grind, like the winner of the game has usually been decided. And if you're both top decking, like you have a lot of good top decks in this deck too. Like you can sit on a lot of cards in there. Like, this is a auto win if you top deck it.
Neat.
And like TS is a good top deck because you can make decode with an Osha.
Yeah.
Like you have some good top decks in a grind game anyway. This is good as like a floater and something to boost your stuff, like when you're grinding out. But when you combo off, you just link for it and then you link away with it. It just gives you 2 zones. That's basically it. It also just helps with the Moon combo.
Yeah.
So Underclock Taker. So you need this because you're going to link away with the Yugioh and something else to put this on the other side so you get an extra zone open.
Right.
Because we are spamming from the extra. Like link format.
Link format's kind of like you gotta either, if you want to make a big board, you gotta spam it out as fast as you can.
Yeah. And people would think that this deck would be dead in links. Like, this is like Mermail Frog from like last year because it was just all extra deck spam, but that's like not true. You just spam links and then you spam from the extra deck. So you go even more plus basically. So 1 decode. I wish I played 2, but like there's no room. Like, I wish I played another Link 3, but like, there's no room. This extra deck is super tight. And then the Link 4s. I played 4 of them. So 1 Boarload. This is really good for breaking boards and stuff. Like, you make it versus like Spiral, you can take their sleeper and stuff. It's really good. Yeah. It's also good in like a grind, and it's also good to take your opponent's Boarload.
Right.
I did that at locals.
Right.
1 Firewall. It's just a disruption that you can make. It's also a follow-up play because you can add back Dragoons and stuff. Especially if you get hit by a Sphere mode, you can sometimes make this. If they didn't hit your Yugioh, you can add back stuff. That didn't come out though. And then the best Link 4 is 2 Yugioh. So I did pull 1, and I wanted to play 2, but I didn't want to spend the money. So I pulled 1, and so I'm just like, yeah, I think 2 is probably the best. I went through 2, I think once today, and I usually go through 1 when I open the Nimble.
Yeah.
It's really nuts because like this deck is like a bunch of draw power, but it's in your extra deck. So like I've had hands where I've drawn like 12 additional cards to my regular draw 5. Because of this. Like, you can go through 2 relatively easy. It's good for drawing into side deck cards, though I don't really side for going first. Like, this deck already wins when it goes first.
Right.
And going second, like, you just side in like stuff like you play like the OTK version.
Right.
And the instant fusion target.
Okay, cool.
So side deck?
Yeah, let's get on to that.
So 2 Raw Sphere mode. I don't think I sided this in all day actually.
Yeah, Raw Spear Mode is probably the most common card used this, like, today, especially because a lot of people are out there afraid of World Chalice or cards like that. So this was an interesting tech to put in a sideboard.
Yeah, like you already have a normal summon on Neptibus, but like when you normal summon Neptibus going second, like you play a ton of engines, so you actually usually just use the Neptibus to bait stuff or like out like a Christia or something by sending the infantry. So this is actually almost a better normal summon than Prince when you go second, unless you like didn't open well, then Prince is better. But if you didn't open well, you're not winning going second anyway if you didn't open a hand trap. Okay. So 3 Gamma Seal. This was originally 1 Gamma Seal, 1 Humongous, 1 Radiant, and a Slumber, but my side got too tight, so I didn't put the Slumber in, so I just was like, yeah, this is a water, you run 3.
Yeah.
So it doesn't clog.
And it's probally one of the best kaijus in the game right now.
Like, I've thought of playing Waterfront before, but like, you need to draw like really well already.
Yeah.
So
you have to find a way to get Gamma Seal on your board quickly as possible.
Yeah, you have like draw power too to like dig for this stuff, but you don't ever have spells going in second versus Pen Magician because they make stuff like Dorito and Jackal that like pluses off that, and you don't need spells to play. So like, you might as well just make those dead cards.
Right.
3 Cosmic Cyclone. This is not for Pendulum. This is for Draco. This card blows out Draco.
Oh, okay. That's
because. like when they go second, they have like their traps and stuff like that, right? Like they have the True King Return and they have the Majesty Maiden.
Right.
Like if they had Demise, they probably already won anyway because they still have like a ton of stuff. Okay. If they don't, they switch to Masterpiece. They flip up the Return to tribute for your stuff. You Cyclone it, and you OTK them.
Right.
Like it's good going second. Like I'd play like Order and Warning and stuff, but those are only good going first. And you only side for going second. You only side for going second with this deck because you don't want to hurt your consistency when you go first because you already have problems with it. Like I don't side D-Barrier. Like I own D-Barrier. I was siding it for a bit, but like I never actually like I was just like, do I want to cut this from my main deck? Like it'll make me brick more.
Okay, cool.
And like it doesn't really do anything. It just makes them skip a turn. But if you've bricked, you're already losing turns anyway.
Awesome.
So this is also good going first. You have Star just to dig for them. Like you can set multiple and pass. Like Draco can't play when it's lost so many cards. So like this is really good. Yeah, I was playing. Yeah.
They need their resources anyway, so...
And you also Moulin them too, so like...
Right.
If you have Moulin with 2 of these sides, game. Like at YCS, I took someone's Masterpiece with a Lullaby, and I set 2 of these and passed. They diagrammed twice, and I just negated both, and they lost.
Wow. That's gnarly.
Yeah. So 3 Chalice, this is like a weird tech card, so at my locals, I went X2, I still topped because I had the best tiebreakers of all the X2s. I didn't lose to the, like... The only reason why I lost the 2 rounds was really just because of Dweller. So this is an anti-Dweller card, basically.
Right.
It's also just good going second in general versus decks like Lightsworn, as you can like Chalice their Snow and stuff like that as well. Like this, the third one was originally a 3rd instant fusion, but I didn't want to clog in multiples. This you can use multiple times a turn, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Depending on the Pendulum Magician variant I sided, I didn't really get much time to test it. I don't think I sided it today because I never saw Dweller today.
Okay, cool.
It's also really good versus the Utopic Zexal Pendulum variant, because they just end on the Zexal, they Zexal, you chain the Chalice, and they've just like negged their whole hand.
Pretty nuts.
And I decided a bunch of hand traps, so 2 Veiler for Pendulum, and then the second of each of them. So these are just siding like when you go second against any matchup that's like good.
Yeah.
Like Invoked, I sided these in. I usually just side out the Ogre and the Joel for whatever's bad, like a bad matchup for them.
Okay.
Because I made 1, and then I just put in 2 of these, because you can use this more than once per turn.
Okay.
So... You want me to go into matchups, or do you want me to go
let's go to your, let's go to that combo that we mentioned earlier. So what do you need to make the, VFD and your Skull Dread and your big board, basically, that you can think of?
You can do, like, stuff with, like, random hands. I can show a few combos if you want.
We'll go with one for now, just to, like, save the time, if that's okay with you.
Can I show you the Soul Charge one or the VFD one?
VFD.
Okay.
Because I was really interested in that when I saw that in your, match.
So, shout out to the YouTuber Dreadlash, I think he was called. I first saw the VFD Moulin combo there. I've changed the combo a bit to make it more consistent, but that's where I found this combo, was on his channel.
Okay, cool.
He made, like, a Mermail combo video, so all you need is a... So for him, you needed a Diva, a TS, and any water. I just need a Prince and a TS and any water because Link Revo's out now.
Right.
So this will be the random water since you don't even want to.
Okay, so yeah.
So should I turn them this way or should I?
It's up to you. You can do whatever.
Let's do it this way. So you're gonna start with your Prince.
Yep.
And you're gonna activate its effect.
Okay. That's gonna search. That's gonna send your Dragoons to add Dragoons, right?
And then you can use this to search the Megalo. Like I was one of the first people. I was teching VFD since it came out in this deck with Commander because it was super good.
Yeah.
So you summon the TS by pitching the Dragoons.
Right.
So you go whatever like chain blocking you want to play through hand traps. Like if you don't think they have Ash, which they probably wouldn't if they didn't Ash this or this, you do 2-1 to play around Ogre.
Okay.
Right. So this is like one of the reasons why the deck plays through hand traps so well.
Okay.
Because you can chain block.
So what would the chain link be if you got Ash? Like if you're scared of Ash Blossom?
Well, they would have probably Ash this, and you still have a VFD through Ash. So
right.
Like, they just neg 1 basically.
Okay. Okay.
You just don't get the Moulin.
Alright.
I don't think.
I don't think.
You don't get the
no.
Moulin. I don't think. Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. So you Megalo.
Yeah.
By discarding your any water, this is any water, and your Mander, and you're gonna search the sphere. Right. So. And you have 4. So before you need a Diva.
Yeah.
Like a Nimble, like on the combo video that I watched. So you need like this, so that you could link for a Mistar and then banish, because this is Grave Manipulation too, to make 5.
Yeah.
But now, we have... Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
We have... Link Revo. So now you're at 5. You special the Moulin. So you know what they're playing. They're starting with 4 cards.
Right.
You increase by 2. You overlay for the VFD. You set the sphere and you pass. Like this board is really strong. Like if you compare it to like the spiral boards, it's almost on the same level as those. Like you make one of their monsters attack 0. You have a follow-up play. If you drew any one of the cards that you searched off Prince or Dragoons, you also have an infantry in hand.
Oh, okay.
So you can summon the Turge on their turn and pitch this as disruption, and you still have 2 cards in hand for like back row and extenders.
Okay, cool.
So that's like the VFD Moon combo.
Okay. So yeah, so yeah, you say you had another combo, right?
Yeah, do you want to see?
Well, sure, I guess so.
Okay, so this is more like a hand demonstration. So this is just like an auto win board, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
It's not really gonna be a combo. I'm just gonna put 2 cards in my hand and I'm gonna draw random. Well, I have it.
This will include Neptibus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
These 2.
It's like Soul Charge and another, or just those 2 cards?
And a water.
Oh, just a random water monster?
I'll just like put like 3 random cards off the top.
It's an Ash, a Neptibus, and a Foolish Burial. That's actually really good to see.
Yeah.
That is Foolish, right?
Yeah, it's a Foolish.
Okay, cool.
So you're gonna normal the Prince.
Yeah.
So this is like an auto win board. Like anytime you draw a Soul Charge, Prince, and a water, you're just gonna win the game. Because this is basically like grass. Like this is like even better than grass. Like with grass they mill like 20 and they summon a bunch of stuff. But like this, you can make like 3 disruptions and a Moulin with it.
Yeah.
Like this plus this is already plus this and a water is already 2 disruptions and a Moulin. One of them's a toad, one of them's a sphere, and then you have 2 cards to extend with. But you also make the Saryuja.
Yeah.
You make the Saryuja as well. So you draw more extenders. So if you draw like a Swap Frog or something. So Dragoons adds the Megalo and Prince adds the Dragoons. I'm just doing, yeah. So this hand's interesting because the Prince is a mandatory trigger to bring back the Dragoons. So we're gonna go 3 Megalo because it has to be 3, and then the summons, and then this searches the Moulin because Moulin's just like a free monster. Like you link away with it, you skip your next battle phase, you don't care. You're gonna lock them out anyway. Like it doesn't really matter. So. Like, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can go Link Karibo Mistar, or you can just go Decode. Decode's probably best here because we want to clear zones so we can Soul Charge back everything.
Right.
So, special Moulin.
Yeah.
We're going to Foolish.
Well, first you'd be like ripping out 2 cards, and then you go right into Foolish Burial. Cool.
The Moulin effect's mandatory. So yeah, you're going to summon, you're going to send the Angler. I just need to find one. I'm just getting those cards out. Summon these 2. This deck is like organized, so like my Saryuja draws might be crap, but like
it's okay.
You're gonna skip your battle phase for Saryuja.
Yeah.
That's actually really.
That's
good.
actually not. Oh my goodness, that's actually so good.
These are the best draws I could have drawn.
Yeah.
I'll just put back the Ash.
Yeah, I don't think Ash is really necessary to have in the hand, like right now, right?
No, it's not necessary at all.
Okay.
So I think here you'll go for Soul Charge.
Okay. So yeah, and now you keep going from here, or
no? You're
first
gonna keep going.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make your Bahamut Shark.
Right.
Toad, and then you're gonna search the other part of the Sphere Disruption combo. So now you have this in hand.
Yeah.
So that's already another disruption.
Excuse me. Yeah.
So now
you make another one?
Yeah, I make another Saryuja.
Make a second Saryuja. This is interesting to see. Pretty sure a lot of the Mermail players are like freaking out right now because of what they're seeing right now.
Like, would you swap?
Yeah.
So like you don't like you can make VFD with this. You can go for Toad.
Yeah.
So like I'll just keep this. I'll just keep these and I'll just put this back. So
what was the card that you put back?
Oh no, yeah. No, I'm putting back. I'll just keep the Ogre or the Droll.
Okay.
Because like I don't want to invest more resources into the swap. Like you could do either. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. Like I'll just keep the Ogre for like this demonstration.
Okay.
But you could go for a second Toad. Like it depends on your list.
Yeah.
So TS will pitch. And
Okay.
Summon. So Prince will revive this Dragoons, and then TS. Sorry, this is Farzan. We'll search the Abyss Meander. And you'll Saryuja.
And effect to increase?
No, it's only from grave.
Oh, okay.
So you could go for like an underclock or something. Like you could go for a Tornado Dragon, but you're gonna have to link away with it, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
So for like underclock. If you ran a second Bahamut, you could go Bahamut Toad. Again, like you could have 2 Toads, but like my action is just too tight.
Yeah.
And you go VFD, Moulin, 3 disruptions.
That's actually awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool to see. So, do you have any shoutouts that you want to make?
Yeah. So shoutouts to Ryan Yu. He's one of my friends. Shoutouts to like everyone on like our like little team that we made. It's called Team Ojama. Just because like Ojama Trio Chainburn.
Right.
Yeah. So Shoutouts to him. Shoutouts to my parents. They're really nice and cool.
Yeah, parents are awesome.
Shoutouts to like, I don't know, just like. Shoutouts just like everyone who supported me.
So okay. So yeah. Anyway, is that all the shoutouts you want to make?
Sure.
All right. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to TeamSamuraiX1 channel, and without any further ado, this is Kyle peacing out.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'ma keep with it like no, this league business.